Hello people, and welcome back to Opus Magnum. We're back with the crazy alchemy puzzle game, and we lost the war. And as such, we are doing the best that we can to try and survive on very little bits and pieces. And what we are going to be doing today, we're going to start by doing alcohol separation. Now, we need to basically take distilled alcohol and break it down into its baser parts. So we have fire and water are two parts that are there, but then we have two salts that we need to turn to earth and air. Now, that is going to cause us a little bit of an issue. But we now have a new technology, which is this glyph of duplication and this funky wheel. Now, the wheel is really fun because you put something on it and it will just spin and spin and spin. You can stop it on any of the elements you want. And as long as they're over that left part of the one you want, it will then copy from salt to whatever it is that's on the left hand side. So what we need to do is we need to separate the main item that we have, the alcohol itself. Let's think of the best way to do this. We need, the wheel itself, the wheel will dictate its own thing. So I don't like to start off with piston arms, just because I just feel like with the piston arms, you already got a lot of money being used. Whereas with the single arms, if we can get away with using single arms, we will use single arms. Now this will grab the whole item and spin it round. But what I want to do is I want to spin it so that it automatically puts one of the joints across the divider. Because if it does that, so let's spin it twice. So that's where it's going to go. Boom, boom. It's got to grab it and then go free. Boom. There we go. Okay. Simple rotation. Oh, nearly. There we go. Okay, so we've got a nice little boof, and it's broken. It's broken the fire away. So what we now need to do is have another arm that is going to move the fire from the position it's in. You see, now this arm can actually make duplicates with it in the position that it's in. So this is actually very perfectly positioned, I think. If I put the fire there as well, it can just drop it in there and reset back to where it is now. That's a really good idea, I think myself. Thank you, myself. Alright, let's give this a go. And then we're going to extend it out and then return. And then we want that to go, because if it rotates, it separates the next one. There we go. We're going to spin it round every time and just keep separating. Now, the first one we're going to do is the green one, because it's already on green. You see that? Our wheel is already on green. So that, in theory, let's have a look. That should definitely duplicate, and then I've just got to do one more, in theory, and then reset it. There we go, let's try. Ah, clash. Right, so it can't turn that way. So I'm going to have to move the green one to the top then. The same as the orange, ideally. Because, yeah, it's exactly the same as the orange. So rather than turning, I need it to go up. And then reset. 1, 2. Hey, that worked. So I've got to spin this round again to get to this the second salt. Right, so it's grabbed it, but we've got to spin the wheel as well. And that needs to be there. Because obviously it can't turn past the wheel. So we're going to have to go, what, 3? After, because we can't do it until it's at least copied the green. Otherwise we have a load of problems. Alright, well that looks, I'd say that looks about right. So I just need to turn it and then suck it in one. And then reset it, and then that arm is finished. Because arm 2 is already holding the water. There we go. It was the wrong kind of spin. It probably wouldn't have worked. Okay, so that's that one. And that's the blue one. So the only one we've got left now is the one it's holding. In theory. Which actually, it's on the way. If I move it here, then it can drop it off on its way round. And then reset it. And that should be it. I think. One, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Alright, that's done. Let's get it going. Let's see how many, I don't know how many products. See, I'm wondering if it's possible to shrink any of this. But I don't think it is. I think you need to have the gaps for the size of the bits and pieces. Okay, so it's like 6 of all 4 items is needed. It's always 6 processes. But there we go, look at that. Yes. Oh, perfect, look at that. Cost was dead on balls accurate. There's a few more cycles than there should be, but it's pretty decent. The area's large, it is. I'm surprised the area, to be honest, because you do need a lot of space. But you know what? I don't care. I've done it. All right, well, now what we're going to do, now that we've separated the alcohol, I wonder. We are now going to purify the water. Okay. That looks interesting. So it wants us to put loads of salt all around the water. Okay. That's interesting. Although I feel like I did something like this just now. Well, not something like this, but I feel like what I did just now is very similar in style. And that's what we need. And then I need to join. That's the wrong one. I need to join. Okay. Because in theory, what I can do. Hear me out. Let me talk through this. If I hold the water and just rotate it every time it connects a new salt to it, that might work. That might work, folks. By George, I think I've got it. Alright, so let's give this a try. It's got to be a way. There's got to be a gap, because the salt has to be around it, so it can't be any closer than that to the arm. And if I do that there, yeah, sorry, it's just easier if I put the whole thing on a straightened block there. There you go, that makes more sense. And then if I just put one on here, every time it picks one up and moves it to the join, it'll just be salt. Okay. So I need to grab you. Then arm 1 needs to go round once and just stay there. Arm 2 goes round twice. That'll be salt in place and then reset. Then, after it's done one, it can just repeat it. Now this says repeat instruction. Create a sequence. So that should just repeat the exact same thing as I've just done behind it, in theory. So I don't have to do all that again, because I just want it to repeat the same thing. And we need to repeat it 6 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, hold on, and 6, there we go. But what I now need to do is I need to spin using these just before it restarts its thing, because in theory that way, every time we get a new salt added, it will spin. Right, now I don't have no idea what this is doing. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, we didn't spin the first time. That's interesting. Sorry, I keep pushing the wrong button. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it was the first one. Yeah, there we go. I completely forgot about that one. Right, well now let's have a look. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're doing it. Look at that. We're doing it. And 6. There it is. Perfect. Look at that. So from here, we just need to turn it off once. To there, and that's done. So, I don't know at what point. Let's play it and just see where I need to do. So what we got let go. It's the point at which it lets go. To save on cycles, it's got to be there. Because then as arm 2 lets go, arm 1 can turn and then deposit the product. Yeah, lovely. Let's do it. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Look at that. How cool was that? How easy was that? That was by far the easiest one I've come up against so far, I feel. Plus, because you need the gap for the salt, you can't get it any closer to the arm. I think that's very nicely done, even if I say so myself. There you go. So we took apart the alcohol and then we purified the water. That is how you do it. Look at that. The costs are well up. The cycles and the air. It's all dead on balls with everyone else. And like I said before, where you see there are a lot less cycles, I think that you can do that, but your cost would be incredibly high because you would have lots of arms moving everything around really quickly. And to be honest, I'm happy. I've got perfect form in that, I feel. And that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get one that looks good. It does what it needs to do. And that is what I'm going to do for this time. Thank you so much for watching me do alchemy. This has been Opus Magnum. Now, with the war over and us struggling, there are some very interesting new techniques that I'm being taught. So keep an eye out for the next video and we'll see what new items we come up against. Please like and subscribe. Please take a look at some of my other videos and I will see you again next time.